So in JavaScript, you guys can copy the objects as well. We're going to go in here, the JavaScript here. So you guys can copy our copy objects. You guys can copy, say, if you have a say car, and you guys can copy the car. So if you have, say, LED, and that's a car. If you have a car and we put a property, say the car have a wheels has a 4 wheels, it has a 4 wheels, and it's got a color, and the color is green. Okay, so you guys can copy. Now you have an object here, your object is car, and you guys actually can copy this one. So if you guys gonna put a LED, put a second car, and you guys can put that first car. So now the second car has the value of the first car. So we're gonna go here, and we open our console. And our console is ready, so we're going to copy our objects here. So we're going to put a copy objects. Okay, so don't worry about this undefined because that's comment. So okay, so we have as I said, we have a car, we have a LED car, and that's our objects, and we put say wheels, and our wheels is 4, and we put a so now our car have a wheel and it's 4, and we created an object. So if you put a console.log, and if you put a car, you guys are gonna see that object and it has a wheel 4. So if you gonna copy another one LED, and we put a my car, for example, and we have assigned this car, and now this car have now my car is also. If you put a console.log, and you guys put a my car, it has 4 wheels. So if you guys want to add something to your say car, anything to your car, and you copy this one, so now my car has everything that this car has. So if this car has a 4 wheel, my car has a 4 wheels as well. Okay, so now we're gonna put something properties to my car. Say if you put a car, which is the first one, the car is this one, and we want to add something to our car. Say we want to put a color because it has a wheel, so we want to put a car dot, we put a color. So we want to see if it says we put a color green, that's green. So now we added something to our car. Say it has a wheel 4, and we put a car dot doors, we put a 4 doors, and we put a 4 door to the car. Some cars have a 2 door, so we put a 2 door. Okay, so now our car has a 2 doors. So initially our car has a wheels 4, and it has now we added that color, which is green, and door, which is 2. Okay, so now we're going to check our console.log car. Okay, so if you guys going to see that my car now have 3 properties. It has a wheel 4, and it's got a color green and door 2. So let's check with the second one, my car, for example. I'm going to put in my car. So, and if you look in here, my cars also have the same properties. Now if you can look in here, so it doesn't matter how many time you guys put it, whatever you guys put it at the first object here, and the second object gets the same properties. So if you guys gonna come here and say you put a say something else, say a seat, car.seat, and it has a 5 seat for 5 passengers, that's fine. This comes in. And if you're looking for my car, now it has a 5 seat here, but if you're looking for my car, and it has a 5 seats. So you're looking with we are not updating the second one, we are only updating the first one. So the first one is a car, we have initially put a 4, and the second one which we copy is got the value of the 4, and then we added the color green and doors 2. This one's got the same, and finally we added a seat 5, and it got the seat 5. So we are not updating this one, we're only adding to the first car, which is the, and this car, my car, is a copy of that car. It's a copy of the first car. So that's how we put the copy inside the JavaScript. That's how we copy our objects. So now we have copied the object by reference. We are referencing to this one, and that's how we are updating. So the second objects now have the reference of the first car. So this means it's a copy of the first car, and it has whatever the properties the first car have. It has the reference of that property. We're referring to the first car, and the second car's got the, if you guys looking on top, so they are here, we are copying here, we are assigning this car to this one. Copy, it means we're getting the reference of the first car, and now the second car's got all the properties which the first car's got. My car's got all the properties of the first car. Alright, now that we create the first car, object first car, and they say, so if we compare them, so we put in car, we put in console.log, and we are comparing the car to the car. We're going to see that the car is true, because if you compare the car, because it has the properties, if you're looking for the by itself, it's all true. So we're going to go on the strict comparison, which is going to be the 3. Keep in mind, 1 means your assignment. If you're looking here, it means you are assigning, and if you are assigning the car to my second car, so that's called assignment. And if you do double, that's comparison. But if you do strict, that's very strict comparison. So we do a strict comparison, and you're looking, even is a strict comparison is true. So how about if we do the car to my car? So we're going to come here, we do the my car, because it has the same properties, my car, and you're looking at it has the same, everything the same. Car equal to my car is true, because it has everything the same. So how about if we do the strict comparison? So we add one more, not the plus, we do the equal sign, and you see that even the strict comparison is true, because this one and this one is true. As I said, this is equality, and this is strict equality. Keep in mind, in programming we call this the first only one we call assignment. And if it's 2, so if it's 1, it's assignment. If it's 2, it means it's equality. You guys checking for equality. And if it's 3, that's a strict equality. So this means it checks everything, whatever it has. So 1, 2, 3, keep in mind, and that's a very strict equality. If you guys put in this one up and down a little bit, or put a little bit of space, then this one comes as negative. So that's very, very strict equality. Okay, so now that our object has 4 properties, because we're comparing. How about if we're creating another one, say const, const human, for example, human, and our human, which is the empty object. So this human and is empty object, so we put another const to human2, for example, which is also empty. So now we have a const human, and if you're looking here, const human, which is empty. So if you do console.log, and if you put a human, you guys are going to see its object, but it's empty. So how about we assign, we look for human and double equality to human 2. And you guys are going to see, even though it's empty, it returns false. So the difference between this car, because it has 4 properties, it matches here, and if you guys looking here, human 1, which is empty, and human 2 is also empty, and we're looking at these empty objects, and when we compare this one, it's a human to human is false. So how about if we compare the human to human self, the empty objects to human, and it's true, because the human to human is true. But if you're comparing the strict equality or equality to human to human, which both of them is empty, is returns false. So if you do strict equality, so if you're going to look here, so we're going to do here strict ones, it also return false. So now we try to put a human, and we try to add, say, hands, and we put a sign to, and we do exactly the same thing to human too. We put as hands. Now our humans, if you look in here, our human is has a property human. If you look in that, it has a property of hands too, and now humans as and the human too both have the same property, hands. So now we're going to comparison again. So we do strict equality, and if you observe here, the human which has a property of hands too, and the first humans have a hands too, and the second one's hands too. They both the same property, and if you look comparing this one, it comes in as a false. So if you remove one and do equality, that's how it brings it false. So when you're comparing objects to itself, it returns true, but when you're comparing the empty objects to empty objects, it returns false. And when you're comparing even if you put the same properties to objects, it returns false. Alright, so the last one which I'm going to talk about is object.assign. So say we had our car and we had a my car, so they are a copy of each other. So when we come here, okay, so now we're going to check here console.log and we say car. Car has 4 properties. The object is wheels, doors, it has wheels, color, doors, and seats. So how about we do the third car? So we do the const third car, and we put object.assign. We put object.assign, and we put an empty bracket, and we put a car. So we are assigning that one to, if you're looking now, we have a third car. So if you're looking for console.log third car, and you're looking the third car, we have assigned it, and it has the same properties. That's not the second car or my car. If you notice there, that's once we assign that one to object.assign, and we are assigning everything, whatever the first car got to the second one. So it works exactly, behaves exactly like a copy that we've seen to my car. We have copied that whatever the properties this car had to my car, and now we are assigning that to the third car. So even if you check the first one, it has a 4, and even if you check the third one, it has a 4. So now we're gonna check the second car, my car. So, and that was we could done a copy. So here object was assigned. That's how you're gonna do. You guys do that. The third car. So you guys declare your const third car, and you guys can copy whichever is easier for you guys. You guys assign. So that's how you open your curly braces, and you guys put a curly braces, open and close, and you can put the objects here, and that's how you can assign this one to the third car, whatever the car has, whatever properties it has. So if you're looking here, the third car have exactly the same properties as the object car. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.
You